Hello. I want to welcome every one of my fellow Snowmass Village community members and all of the part-time residents and all the visitors who frequent and will be coming to Snowmass Village this year. The past few months have been incredibly difficult, very trying, and truly unprecedented for everyone who is watching this message. Very important to know that Pitkin County unemployment rate right now is 23.1%. Again, 23.1%. We have never ever seen that type of numbers. Particularly hard hit are all of our businesses, our retail, our restaurants, our rafting, our bike shops, our lodging. Occupancy here in Snowmass in April was 0%. Sales tax was down 48% for March. May will not be known until the early weeks of June, but there will be little to no significant change. Let's, however, focus on all of the wins that Snowmass has had. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I'm so very proud of the way our community has stepped up to face this challenge. We have flattened the curve with only one newly reported case, and that was over the weekend. And it wasn't here in Snowmass, it's a Pitkin County number. The hospital volume of COVID patients is 0, and no more than one person per day, and sometimes 2, and that was about 17 days ago. 57 patients have tested positive, and only 2 deaths have occurred in March. And that was since it was all started in March the 12th. So many of you ask me, part-time homeowners and visitors, why did we have to shut down Pitkin County the way we did? The important part of this is our hospital is very, very small. It's absolutely excellent, but it only has 25 beds, only 4 intensive care unit beds, 5 ventilators. One of those has to be saved to transport patients. So we continue to focus on working with our hospital in order that we can make sure that anyone that is here can have good, solid care. So basically we boxed it in. Boxed it in has 4 characteristics. We had to have the testing capacity. And the good news is we have adequate testing capacity for all those who are symptomatic. We have a wonderful contact tracing team. They are all trained and staffed and ready to roll. There are 12 individuals working on contact tracing. We have isolation strategies are all developed and being used when necessary. And we've got a great program for identifying potential carriers. All of that has taken a lot of work, but I'm proud of our public health department. Thus, we are in a very, very strong position now to get our community back on track economically, socially, and emotionally. So please, all of you, come back to Snowmass Village. We are clearly reopening. Please come and visit us responsibly. While this time is traditionally off season, many of our shops and our restaurants are now open. And they usually are closed, but they're now open and they want you to come. The future success of our community is up to each and every one of us, visitors and locals alike. We need to support all of our local businesses. The decisions that each of us makes now, today, will shape who we are for years to come. It may cost a few more dollars to shop locally, but we should all put our money where our mouths are and keep our dollars local. And keep them very local, and that's here in Snowmass, not in Aspen, here in Snowmass Village. Support your favorite coffee shop. Fight for your favorite gear shop. And more than anything, support your neighbor in your community. Remember, I started this message with saying we have 23.1% unemployment. So you understand the gravity of the situation that we face here in Snowmass Village. But what's important, let me talk about the reopening, the roadmap for reopening. We really are at stage 2 or phase 2 of our reopening here in Pitkin County. I use the analogy personally, and so does Polis, our governor, of ski trails, a green trail, a blue trail, and a black. Well, we're just happening to hit the blue trails. We're intermediate now. Green, what happened back when we're on the green trails? We had no visitors. We focused on monitoring the hospital, every aspect of our healthcare system, data collection, trending, testing, and needless to say, as that proved to be successful, we did bring back our construction, our landscaping, our golf courses, and our bike repair shops. What's important during each phase, we have to go 2 full 14-day cycles, which is 4 weeks, in order we see exactly what's happening in terms of the spread. As of May 27th, we moved to the blue trails. That was a big day. And we had the approval from CDPHE, which is the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environmental Services. As of yesterday, we opened our restaurants with 50% capacity for indoor dining. Social distancing guidelines are very, very important with that 50% capacity. No restrictions on capacity for the outdoor, as long as social distancing practices are followed with good sanitation and health protocols. Lodging, I'm very proud to say that 50% occupancy is where we will start, and that is measured on a daily basis. Very, very strict protocols for cleaning and sanitizing, so it's very safe to come back here to Snowmass Village. Now, in terms of community-sponsored events, we can't have any more than 50 based on the approval of the safety plan by the Public Health Department. There are social distancing requirements for any major event. We've got many other business sectors in the process of developing their safety plan, and that includes summer camps and gyms and places of worship and parks and hopefully our swimming pools. However, this is very important for anyone that is coming back to Snowmass Village. We have 5 commitments for all of us, locals, visitors, and part-time homeowners to follow. And if you will, this is the pledge. I will honor social distancing, which is 6 feet. I will wear my facial covering, like my mask. It is mandatory when you go to the grocery store, any public building, or the post office. If you are symptomatic, you have to get tested. If you're sick, you are to stay at home. Just really, really good. You will need, and I will need, to continue to practice good sanitary and hygiene practices and washing your hands very frequently. So what can you expect when you come back to Snowmass Village? I know many of you have already found out that we will not be having Thursday night concerts. The big gathering, every Thursday night, a big party. There'll be no other real large special events. There will not be a Snowmass rodeo this year. However, we've got one of the most creative marketing and tourism staff that I've ever met. And they're working tirelessly to bring you smaller events, which is going to be a lot of fun. So let me read just a few. More picnic tables. We're going to do drive-in concerts and drive-in movies. And we've got the art walk. We've got the Discovery Trail. We've got small venue concerts all over the place that are being planned. Here you go. For the mountain, Aspen Snowmass is planning to open Elk Camp Gondola on June 21st. The resort will modify its offerings and operational procedures to address all the guidelines and health protocols. And this is very important. Yes, we will have the chairlift ride, we will have downhill mountain biking, and I can tell you there's a lot of mountain bikers already here. They were out in Tom Lake this morning. Hiking access, and it's gorgeous hiking up on the mountain. The Alpine roller coaster will be running. The challenge course will be going. The climbing wall. And Camp Aspen Snowmass programming. So you need to come and enjoy your summer. There is so much to do here in Snowmass in this Roaring Fork Valley. Think of the beautiful hiking trails, and they're beautiful right now. Fishing is awesome. I just came back from Basalt. A lot of fishermen out in the Roaring Fork River. Snowmass was designated, this is very important for y'all, you big mountain bikers, a gold level ride center by the International Mountain Bike Association. I think there's only 5 in the world. Think of that, 5. And we've got one right here in Snowmass Village. So then many of you have called me or talked to me or sent me messages. The question is, how can I help? It's really something to see the food drives that are going on. Aspen Middle School on Wednesday and every other Friday here in Snowmass Village. I received a post from a very dear friend who is a restaurateur here in Snowmass. And it was one of the days that we had the food drive here in Snowmass Village. And then cars were lined up as people were picking up food. He said, I never thought I would see a food drive in Snowmass Village. And all of you can help with a food drive by donations, monetary donations, or food donations. And then, of course, our part-time Residents Advisory Board has asked, what can they do to help? And I will tell you, I would like every one of you to help our locally owned restaurants and or stores. Many have told me they will probably not make it this year. And I go, well, we're not really permanently closed, but we do want you to come. And then there are the restaurants, many of them say they may not survive. When you think about one of the owners has 4 restaurants and he hasn't had any cash coming in since March. Even though our town is doing a marvelous job with our emergency fund in concert with Pitkin County, I think we've given out $2.5 million to help with rent and groceries and the bills and all of that kind of stuff. I've never seen a community to come together like we have now. However, our PTRAB, our wonderful part-time Residents Advisory Board, is working on a plan to help all of our restaurants and other locally owned businesses. You're going to hear a lot more about that in the very, very near future. A program may be kicked off as early as next week. Details are forthcoming, and I won't talk about what the plan is right now because I want it to be a huge announcement from PTRAB. Please know that all of us elected officials and all of our town staff want to hear from you. There are many excellent ideas coming forward each and every day as we work hard to get our community open and celebrating our ongoing success in fighting COVID-19. We want to hear from you. We've got some great ideas and a lot of very smart people working on a lot of strategies. So last but not least, I want to thank you. I want to thank every one of you for being strong during these very difficult times. Let's remember that we are a very small town, and as we welcome our part-time residents and visitors back to Snowmass Village, let's continue to support one another and pledge to follow the 5 commitments I talked about earlier in order that we do not have to go backwards, i.e. shut down again. Please, please help us. So with that, I would ask that everyone stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Thank you.